Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. We're now joined by Director of Athletics, Dick Christie. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Jenna. Thanks for having me.
Well, we usually allow the coaches that are on the show to give us a progress report of their team's performance, so I thought that we would do the same for you. Can you give us a report on the progress of the UNCP Athletics Department over the last year, a sort of state of the department report?
Sure. I think a state of the department is probably just a tribute to the work that our coaches are doing, but right now we're in the top third of all Division II athletic programs, which is exciting. Our goal is top 25%, but we still have all the spring sports to complete and see how they do in postseason. But with the highlights from this year, we had an outstanding women's soccer season. Saw some great strides out of both of our cross-country programs. And then with such an exciting winter, I'm sure we'll get into wrestling and basketball later, but it's been a nice wave to ride through the year, and we've got some spring sports doing great things as well.
Well, what have been some of the highlights for you this year, both in and out of the playing arena?
Sure. I think anytime that you get a chance to host your peers, the first time in our history that we hosted the Peach Belt Basketball Championship, having 8 teams, men's and women's, plus the spirit competition, bringing hundreds and hundreds of people to come see what our university is about and see what makes UNC Pembroke so special. That is obviously a big time event and something that we were really proud to hear all the accolades that came after it and how well we did. Would have loved to have advanced and won the championship, but obviously making semifinals and having a record year was well worth the effort to host.
Well, the department held its annual Cash Bash fundraising event in the English E. Jones Center last Thursday. What were some of the highlights of that event, and have the financial numbers came in to show how much was raised for the department?
Yeah, I think they're still shaking out some of the expenses, but looking like we grossed about $45,000 that night, which is a record for us. From what I understand, over the years, prior to my being here, that was a record attendance-wise. So we moved to the Jones Center because of a facility conflict, and ended up being a blessing because sales just went through the roof, and Coach Sampson did such a fantastic job being our keynote speaker. 340 people in attendance, so to see that and see how much fun everybody had, it was a great night.
That's absolutely amazing. How important is outside giving to the success of UNCP athletics, and to what scope have you seen the giving increase since you've been the athletics director?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate. The number of donors has doubled since 12-13, trying to grow it from a grassroots perspective and just get that next $125 donor or somebody who's willing to do a monthly deduction. And we've been fortunate that we've had a bunch of capital gifts. So, we're kind of in a position now where we've been able to take on some smaller projects and move some things forward despite, really working on our operating budget and dealing with state budget cuts and those kind of things. So outside giving is crucial, and, it's happening all over the country. But for us, we need to continue to grow the percentage of our budget that is made of external gifts. So the more that can be from sponsorships, the more that can be from private gifts, the more it insulates us from any changes with the state or changes with enrollment and those type of things. So it's been exciting to see those gains. Obviously, we're still pushing on our external staff. We need more, but it's been nice to see some of the incremental gains we've been able to make and to show some projects and shovels going in the ground for coaches.
Well, you mentioned this during your State of the Department report, but let's run down some of the highlights for the athletic year so far, beginning with the fall sports. The women's soccer team finished with an 11-5-3 season and narrowly missed their 3rd trip to the NCAA tournament. That program looks to be in great shape heading into next season, don't you agree?
Yeah, returning a lot of our goal scorers. Coach Anderson's had some great signees that just recently actually was able to lock down. So I think he's really excited about what they've got coming back, and our girls got a taste of it. I think they knew that they were in position and just unfortunately couldn't get it done down the stretch. But I think that we'll be as competitive as anybody in the league next year.
Well, the winter sports season offered a lot of excitement as well, particularly with another national champion for the wrestling program who, as a team, finished among the top 11 at the NCAA Division II National Championships. Wrestling has been one of the most tradition-rich sports at UNCP, and that doesn't look like it's changing anytime soon.
No, how can you not get excited about what Coach Johnson's doing? 3 national champions in 4 years, finishing 11th in the country 2 years in a row. Just so proud of the way he works with those young men, and not to throw stones at wrestling, but nationally there's some knuckleheads when you work with wrestling, and we don't have that here. We've got high character young men. He does a lot to develop them on the mat, but also in life, and just really excited about how robust he's been able to keep that roster and develop talent within it. You have a guy that may be a backup for 2 years, and then all of a sudden gets a chance to start, and he's teetering on being an All-American. So that's a tribute to coaching, and we're excited about where they're at.
All right, well, we're going to take our next commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to continue talking to Director of Athletics, Dick Christie, so stay tuned.